Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to my Euros prediction video. I hope you're all doing amazingly well. It is Thursday evening. We are one day away from the weekend. I hope everyone is having a fantastic week. For all of those who have been asking, I am doing a million times better than what I was, especially compared to last night. I'm in such a better place. A good night's sleep. I'm doing so much better and recovering quite nicely. But as I say, tonight is Euros time. Who is looking forward to this? Back-to-back football, day after day. This is what we live for. This is what gets us through the seasons. And as I said, summer football, summer tournament. Is it coming home? Is it coming home, ladies and gents? Let me know in the comment section right now whether or not you think it's coming home. I hope everyone is doing all right. I want everyone who is watching this video this evening and everyone who is watching back to this at a later point, maybe you are one of those people that can't get around to watching the video live. I want everybody in the comment section to let me know their predictions for the Euros. So the questions I want everyone to answer in the comment section are the following. So out of the competition that we have got going this season, what I want you guys to let me know is who is going to be the winner in the Euros. Who is going to win the tournament outright? Who is your potential dark horse? Which team is going to flop? And who is going to win the Golden Boot? Let me know in the comments section right now what team you think is going to win, who's going to be the dark horse, who will flop, and who is going to win the Golden Boot. I will let everybody know my 4 answers after I have gone through my predictions, and we'll go through that in just a little bit. Dean, good to see you, my man. Hope you are well. He has said his winner is France. Dark horse is Italy. Flop is Spain. And Golden Boot winner is Harry Kane. I would love it if Harry Kane was Golden Boot winner, because that means that England have got quite far in the competition. But we will review this at the end of the video once there's loads of people that have got their predictions in for each group. As I said, we'll come back to this at the end. But yeah, thank you so much, Dean, for getting involved with your predictions nice and early in the video. Shall we get on the screen the predictions that we're going to be going through tonight? Really excited for this. So we have got what a great start. Camera goes all over the place. Marvelous. Let me just readjust this. 2 seconds, everybody. Don't know what the heck is going on there. Hopefully that is all back to normal. There we go. Might have to just lean up a little bit. Not sure what happened there. Fantastic timing. So yeah, here are the groups. And we'll go through them one by one. And as I said, what I want you guys to be doing is letting me know in the comment section who you think is going to do well in this particular group, why you think certain teams won't do well as we go through each one. So if we start off then by looking at Group A, we have got Switzerland, Turkey, Wales, and Italy. So one of the home nations is already in this group. Now, how do I see this going? Realistically, if I try and adjust my camera again, it's not going to work, is it? There we go. I'm just going to have to keep it there, guys. Don't know what's going on with it. I think straight away, I think Italy are going to win the group. I can't see any one of those teams topping Italy. I think it's very difficult for any one of those teams to top it. I think if you look at what Switzerland are capable of, they're a very solid side. They are an incredibly solid side overall. But whether or not they've got the firepower to top Italy is another matter. Turkey's 2 centre-halves absolutely fantastic. They've got a good spine to their team, but will they score enough goals? I'm not entirely sure. But I'm going to predict that Turkey finishes in second. I've got Switzerland third. And sadly, I think Wales are going to finish bottom of the group. I just can't see them producing enough of the magic like they did in previous tournaments this time around. Look, technically, they've got some better players up top moving forward for them. But as I said, I don't know. I just don't really see them performing as well as they have done in previous groups. So we've got Italy, Turkey in second, Switzerland third, and Wales fourth. Let me know whether or not you agree with that. Dean has got involved. He has said Italy, Switzerland, Turkey, then Wales. So other than the second and third position, we agree on that. We've just got those in different places. So moving on to Group B, I am going to go with Belgium topping it. Again, very similar to Group A. Those two are the clear favourites for each group. It's just a case, again, very similar, Turkey and Switzerland. Who finishes in second and third out of these two teams? That's really the big question from Group B. For me, I've got Denmark in second and Russia in third place. I think Denmark, again, very similar to a Switzerland team in terms of they are good as a collective unit. Might not have the best players technically on there, but they do have some very good players. Christian Eriksen is still a brilliant player and can create opportunities at any given time. So for me, as I said, I think it's Belgium, Denmark, Russia, and Finland. And again, Dean has got involved. He agrees in the same order that I do. Love that, Dean. Absolutely love it. Group C. I think North Macedonia bottom straight away. I think it's a great achievement for them to be here, but beyond that, not really seeing it much from them moving forward in this tournament. I think Ukraine are going to finish in third place, and really it's between Austria and Holland. Now, Holland on paper have quite a decent team. I just think maybe this tournament has come a little bit too early for them. I think that's probably my only criticism. I think they will do quite well in this tournament, but whether or not they will top this group, I don't think so. So I'm going to go with Austria in second place and Holland in second place, or the Netherlands, however you want to call it. Dean, Austria, Holland, Ukraine, and Macedonia. Whereas Lee is going for Holland, Austria, Ukraine, and North Macedonia. So the bottom two look set in stone in terms of what positions they'll be playing in. I think it's just that maybe we disagree in terms of Holland and Austria and which place they will come around. But for me, as I said, I think next tournament, I think the Netherlands will be in a fantastic position to go into the World Cup. Get Van Dijk back, get some of the younger players an extra year in them, and I think next year they could definitely do something. But for me, I think Austria will just about top that group. Now, this is where things get a little bit interesting. It's Group D. We've got two of the home nations, Scotland, England, Croatia, and the Czech Republic. Look, I think we all agree that the Czech Republic will finish bottom of this group. My only problem with England is Gareth Southgate. That's my only criticism, because I think in the opening game against Croatia, you really set your stall out. You really go for it in this tournament and set your marker about what you are and what you're capable of doing. I think we're going to get stung on the first game, and it's going to be a case of playing catch up after that. So I can honestly see, because this is Croatia's last hurrah. With this particular group of players that they've got, their golden generation, this is their last hurrah. And I think they're going to give it an almighty go. I can see Croatia topping it, England finishing in second place, and Scotland finishing in third. Now, just a reminder, there are 4 best third place teams to go through. We'll talk about that after we've done the group stages and show you who's going to be going through into the knockouts. But that's my predictions for Group D. What do you all think? Let me know down in the comments right now. So we've got Dean, who actually agrees with me. Croatia, England, Scotland, and then the Czech Republic to finish in 4th place. I'd love to know people's thoughts on that particular group, especially how well you think England are going to be doing in this tournament. Let me know in the comment section of this video. And then we move on to Group E. Again, I think Slovakia finishing bottom. Look, they've got Hamsich, but that's about it. They'll just go there and enjoy the experience, really. And I know that sounds really disrespectful, but I'm not expecting them to do much in this tournament. Spain is the one question mark I have about this group, because Sweden are a solid outfit, Poland are solid, and then they have the Lewandowski factor. It's whether or not Spain can turn up and what this group is like. Their preparations have been absolutely horrific, especially around COVID protocols and all this kind of stuff like that. So I'm not expecting them to do amazingly well in this tournament. So I'm going to go with Poland topping it, Spain in second, and Sweden in third. People might disagree with that and have Spain finishing top. That's absolutely fair enough. I completely understand why, because Spain on paper is still a very good team. But for me, as I said, I think Poland top, Spain, Sweden, Slovakia. Wow, that's a bold prediction straight away. I don't think England will get out of the group stage. Who do you think? So who's going to finish above them, mate? I'd love to know what you actually think, what you know, to elaborate on that. Do you think Scotland are going to get through and then England won't be one of the fourth best teams? Because that's all it takes. You don't have to finish in the top two. If you are one of the four best third place teams, you can still get through to the next round of the knockout. So all England have to do is beat the Czech Republic, and they stand a pretty good chance of going through to the next round. That's realistically all England have to do. It's what course they then take, whether or not they finish top, who they then play, etc., etc. But I'd love to know your kind of thoughts and reasoning behind it, mate. Please let me know down in the comment section. I'd be really fascinated to hear. And then it's the group of death, Group F: Portugal, France, Germany, Hungary. Hungary will finish bottom. I highly doubt anybody will disagree with that. Horrible group that they're in, but they're going to enjoy the experience of it. For me, France top the group. Honestly, their second team could beat pretty much every team in this tournament. Their first team's frightening enough, but their overall squad is just absolutely ridiculous. So for me, it's between Portugal and Germany as to who finishes second and who finishes third. There's something about the Portuguese side that I think is going to top this. Germany seem to be on a bit of a downward spiral and aren't quite the force that they are. Spoiler alert, I think they'll be one of the teams that does progress as one of the four best third place teams. But for me, I see Portugal going through in the second place, and then Germany finishing in third place. Let's get some of your comments up on here. So Lee, if Southgate gets the team selection right, we go all the way. This is our best chance in years. The problem is, Lee, I can see him picking Rashford, Sterling, either side of Kane in the first group match. I think we're going to go with a 3-4-3. It's going to be three at the back. He's going to play two holding players, and I can see that being those three at the top. I don't think Grealish or Foden are going to start this game, which I really want them to, because, again, I want us to set our standards right from the get-go, dominate the Croatia game and let everybody know that we're here. I can't see it happening with Gareth Southgate in charge. He's a very defensive-minded coach, and that's fair enough. That's his prerogative because, you know, that's where he played his entire career. But as I said, for me, as I said, I think he's going to go with Rashford and Sterling in our opening group match. I don't want him to, but I think he will do. GMAC has said the Scots always play the guts out against England. Croatia, as you have already said. Dean, I say every year that England will bring it home, but we'll probably get beat by Croatia, draw again. Draw against Scotland. I agree. Southgate plays it too safe. Grealish, Mount, and Foden. I'd play all of them. For me, it'd be a 4-3-3. You'd have Mount, Rice in there, Grealish, Foden, Kane. There's, possibly Jude Bellingham. I would say maybe it's a little bit too early for him to be starting right from the get-go. But yeah, definitely. You've got some absolutely unbelievable players in that squad. Grealish, Foden, and Mount and Foden have all three of them have got to be in there. So moving on to the four third best placed teams. As I said, I think Germany will secure one of those spots. I think Scotland will as well, because I think they're going to beat the Czech Republic and get a draw from either one of us, England or Croatia. Who else is? I think Ukraine will draw against North Macedonia, so I can't see them progressing. Russia, I can see them beating Finland, so I'd have to say them as well. So then it comes down to either Switzerland or Sweden. Again, I can see Switzerland nabbing something from either one of those games, beating Wales. But then again, I can see Sweden beating Slovakia. Oh, God, this is tough. I'm going to go with Switzerland. Or do I? Do you know what? I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to go with Switzerland. I'm going to say Russia will go out. That's a big call. I'm going to say Switzerland, Scotland, Sweden, and Germany all to progress to the next round. So what does that then mean? That then sets up a round of 16 games as follows. So Belgium versus Sweden, Italy versus the Netherlands, France versus Switzerland, England versus Spain, Christ above, and then Poland versus Scotland. Jesus. Croatia versus Portugal, Austria versus Germany, and Turkey versus Denmark. So if we start off from the top, it's a Belgium win. If it's between those two, it's definitely a Belgium win out of those two teams. Italy versus the Netherlands, I'm going to go with Italy. I think they'll just have a little bit too much for the Netherlands. Again, I think this is a tournament too early for them. Next year, I think they could do very well in the World Cup. But for me, it's going to be Italy going through. France will beat Switzerland, absolutely no problems. I can see England beating Spain. Let me know what you make of that. I think this is Spain's downward curve, and this is England's time to really, really mount a challenge. Whether or not they'll go beyond the next stage, I'll let you know in a few seconds. Poland versus Scotland. Oh, bloody hell. I think Poland. And I think if Scotland get through the group, I think they'll be chuffed with that. They will see that as a winnable game against Poland. But I think, again, the Lewandowski factor is just too much. 40-odd goals this season in a 34-game spell over in Germany is just ridiculous. I think Poland will have just a little bit too much over Scotland. Portugal will beat Croatia, and it'll be the end of Croatia's time with their golden generation. I think they'll get knocked out in this round. Austria versus Germany. I think the Germans will just about sneak through. And you look at who they have to play in the next round, there's an argument that they could finish third and go all the way to the semi-finals, which is just ridiculous. Turkey versus Denmark. I am going to go with a Turkey win. So that then sets up the quarterfinals. Italy unbeaten in over a year, a top team at the moment. They really are, really are, which is why I can see them beating Belgium. I really can. I can't see Belgium going beyond Italy. Look, Belgium have got unbelievable talent. Lukaku, De Bruyne. They've got the back four, which is superb. They've got some brilliant players. Eden Hazard, Courtois, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Meunier at right back. They've got some unbelievable players. But there's something about this Belgium team, especially under Martinez, that it just doesn't seem to click at tournament football. And I think they'll get through their group comfortably. I think they'll beat Sweden, but I think this is where the tournament runs out for them. So I'm going with an Italy win in the quarterfinals. I think France will beat us because France have just got too much quality in their team. I think they're an absolute powerhouse this year. So I think they're going to beat us. Would we be happy with a quarterfinals? Yeah, I'd say we'd probably be very happy with a quarterfinals. We might want to go a little bit further, but realistically, this is quite a young England squad, and I think France will beat us on the day. Portugal, for me, over Poland, any day of the week. I really like the Portuguese team. I think there's something really quite unique about them. And again, I think Germany are going to just about edge Turkey to set up Italy versus France and Portugal versus Germany in the semi-finals. Christ above. What a prospect those two ties could be. I think it's going to be a France win, and I think it's going to be a Portugal win. I think Italy, again, as Lee said, very good team, but France just have too much quality for me in their overall squad and I think they will have too much and will go on and win the semi-final tie. And again, I think Portugal there's something about this Portuguese team which is very, very impressive at the moment. And I think they will go on to beat Germany. And I think that will be the end of the road. I mean, how Germany have gone from finishing third in the group to get into the semi-finals is just ridiculous. But that's this tournament. What more can you say? And then it sets up the final between France and Portugal. This is really tough because I think on their day, I think it's France. I really do. I think it's France. But I'm going with a Portugal win. I don't know if that's a bold call. I don't know whether or not people will disagree with that. But for me, I think Portugal are going to go on and win this tournament. It's going to be Ronaldo's last hurrah. He's got some brilliant players in that Portuguese team with him. It's not all about him, but I think this is the year that Portugal go on and win the Euros. What do you make of those predictions? Do you agree with that call? As I said, back to the beginning, who do you think is going to be the tournament winner? Who is your dark horse? Which team is going to flop? And who is going to win the Golden Boot? So my tournament winner, as I said, is Portugal. My dark horse, well, I suppose considering the two teams that I had going through to the quarterfinals, I would have to say my dark horse would probably be Poland. Poland will be my dark horse. I think they will do quite well in this tournament and get out of the group stages and into the next round. So my dark horse is Poland. Which team are going to flop? Again, based on what we were talking about just earlier on, I'd have to say Spain. I'd have to say them. They'll get through the group phase, but they will go out at the first knockout round to England. So I think they are going to flop. Golden Boot winner, Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe, straight away. So winner, Portugal. Dark horse, Poland. Who will flop? Spain. And my Golden Boot winner, which is Kylian Mbappe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section of this video. If you're watching it live, let me know your thoughts right now and try and get some of those read out in the next few minutes. If you're watching this back, if you weren't able to watch this video live, let me know your thoughts on who you think, as I said, is going to be the winner, who you think is going to be the dark horse of a competition, who you think is going to flop, and also who you think your Golden Boot winner for the Euros will be. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Do you agree with my predictions? Let me know down in the comment section right now. But yeah, that is where we're going to wrap up today's video. I've enjoyed doing it. It's always good doing these videos live. Nice to get people's thoughts and reactions to the video as we're going through it. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give the video a thumbs up. If you're watching from a YouTube perspective, all that kind of stuff. Subscribe to the channel. We've got loads of stuff happening over the summer, whether or not that be Euros, non-league, all that kind of stuff. We're going to be producing lots and lots of videos moving forward. But yeah, thank you very much for taking the time to watch it. Until next time, as always, adios.